Now we have already seen that there are two hard tissue guidance systems. First one is temporomandibular joint and second one is occlusal surface of the teeth. So temporomandibular joint is basically the posterior guidance or condylar guidance. So this is the articular eminence. Now as we can see, this articular eminence is not a straight line. It is an S-shaped curve. So the condyle, when it travels during protrusive and lateral movements, it travels along the slopes of the articular eminence, and that is known as condylar guidance. Now, movement of mandible, it occurs in three planes: the frontal plane, the sagittal plane and the horizontal. Vertical axis, it is an imaginary axis that runs through the condyle and the posterior border of the mandible. So this is the condyle and it runs through the condyle and the posterior border of the ramus of the mandible. And rotational movement of the mandible is seen around this vertical axis. So rotational movement or the direction of the movement is in this direction, and rotational movement of the mandible is seen around vertical axis. In case of sagittal axis, it is an imaginary axis that runs along the mid-sagittal plane. The mandible around this axis shows little rotational movement. Little amount of rotational movement is seen around sagittal axis. Now, during movement, the condyle on this side, it moves medially and downward along the slope of entoglenoid process. What is entoglenoid process? I'll tell you in a minute. And the other side of the condyle, it moves upward and laterally. That is, it moves upward and laterally. So this side of the condyle will move upward and laterally when there is lateral movement that is taking place in this direction. So in this direction, when there is lateral movement that is taking place, this side of the condyle will move upward and laterally, and this side of the condyle will move downward and medially against the slope of entoglenoid process. So as you can see in this picture, this is the entoglenoid process. Let's see what is hinge axis. Hinge axis, it is the transverse axis that runs horizontally from one side of the condyle to the other side of the condyle, or from one side of the mandible to the other side of the mandible. Now this axis, it varies during different phases of protrusive movement. So during initial mouth opening, this axis is present at the head of the condyle, and during later stages of the mouth opening, that is during protrusive movement, the axis, it moves or it passes through the mandibular foramen, as you can see in this picture. Now, rotation around this axis is seen during protrusive and mouth opening movements. Now, one of the type of mandibular movement is protrusive movement. So during protrusive movement, what happens is the condyle, it moves forward and downward, and it is parallel to the path of the other condyle. That is, both the condyles, they work in a similar manner. So this picture is showing the protrusive movement and condyle is moving forward and downward. Now protrusive movement is usually seen at the time of incising or grasping food. Now this is the hinge axis, and this is the hinge axis that is passing through the mandibular foramen. Now at the time of or during the initial stages of protrusive movement, the condyle, it just rotates in the TMJ. So during the initial stages, this part of the condyle, it will just rotate in the TMJ. That is for more than 13 degrees. After that, once the condylar rotation, it exceeds more than 13 degrees, what will happen? Translation of the condyle will take place and it will move in a forward and downward motion, and the hinge axis will be shifted to the mandibular foramen. And when the condyle will move forward and downward, the anterior teeth, they will glide against each other and they will come in an edge to edge position. One of the other type of mandibular movement is lateral movement. So in lateral movement, what happens is the movement of the mandible, it takes place away from the mid-sagittal plane. In this, the condyle, they do not share the same type of path. Now as you can see in this picture, lateral movement is taking place on the left side. So the mandible is shifting to the left side. So this side of the condyle, the left condyle, will be called as working condyle, and the right condyle will be called as non-working condyle. Now we can see in this picture that both the condyles, they are not sharing same type of path. Let's understand the working of both the condyles during lateral movement in a better manner. So this is Jerry and Tom, and they are going to help us understand this picture in a better way, or the working of the condyle during lateral movement in a better way. Now as you can see in this picture, the lateral movement of the mandible is taking place in this direction. So this is the working side of the condyle and this is the non-working side of the condyle. So in case of working side of the condyle, it will rotate in this direction, or we can say in a manner that Jerry is pulling this side of the condyle towards himself. Similarly, in case of non-working side of the condyle, it will translate, or bodily movement of this side of the condyle will be seen, and the movement will be in the direction of forward, downward and medially. Or we can say that Tom is pushing this side of the condyle in a forward, downward and medial direction. So the non-working side of the condyle during lateral movement will move in a forward, downward and medial direction, and the working side of the condyle will rotate in this direction, or lateral direction. It is the angle that is formed in the horizontal plane between the Frankfurt horizontal plane, this is the Frankfurt horizontal plane, and a line connecting a point on the head of the condyle. So this is the line that is connecting a point on the head of the condyle, and the angle that is being formed is basically your horizontal condylar angle. And this angle, it can be produced during centric and protrusive position. During the centric position of the condyle and during the protrusive position of the condyle, this angle can be produced. Now let us see what is Bennett angle. So Bennett angle is basically the angle that is formed by the sagittal plane and the path of the advancing condyle during lateral mandibular movement as viewed in horizontal plane. So what happens in Bennett angle is, this is your sagittal plane. This blue line is your sagittal plane, and this green line is the path of advancement of the mandible or the condyle. And the angle that it is going to form is your Bennett angle. So Bennett angle is basically formed by the sagittal plane and the path the mandible or the condyle is going to take. Now this lateral translation or bodily movement of the non-working side of the condyle in forward, downward and medial direction is known as Bennett movement, and it is usually around 1 to 4 mm.